Hello, everybody. Finest Planet One here. And this is, difficult for me always to come online. It really takes sheer guts every time I do this. But I wanted to read something out of In Him We Live. And I've read some of this before online. But this one struck me differently this evening. And it's called Forgiveness of Sin. And so many times we carry around this burden of sin that is on us. And this is what it says on page 123 of this book. Have courage, my son. Your sins are now forgiven. Matthew 9:2. And it goes on to say, so he entered a boat and came to his own town. Here, some men were trying to bring before him paralytic lying on a mat. When Jesus saw their faith, he said to the paralytic, have courage, my son, your sins are now forgiven. And I want to stop there for a second and interject, and that is, Jesus said to him, have faith. Your sins are now forgiven. And why does it in the Bible say that we should forgive others? That we should truly within our heart forgive others? Because Jesus is our example. And if Jesus said, have faith, my son, your sins are forgiven, and the paralytic gets up and he walks again, he regains his strength, his confidence, his belief, and gets up and walks because Jesus tells him, your sins are forgiven. Don't you understand? We are part of that vine. We're part of that vine. We must forgive others. We must forgive others. Jesus said you must forgive others so we can pass on that healing just like Jesus did. Okay, let me continue on. Immediately, some of the scribes said to themselves, this man blasphemes. Jesus read their thoughts. Jesus read their thoughts. He said, why do you entertain thoughts that are absurd? Really, which is easier to say, your sins are now forgiven, or to say, rise up and walk? Now I want you to understand that the Son of Man has power here on earth to forgive sins. He then addressed the paralytic. Rise, take up your mat, and return home. He arose, he went home, and the crowd saw this. A feeling of awe came over them, and they praised God who had given such power to men. Did you just hear that? They praised God who had given such power to men. Matthew 9:1-8. You must forgive. You must forgive. All right. To the afflicted. I mean, if you want to be part of a bigger, better thing, you must forgive. You got to let down your pride. Okay, let me continue. To the afflicted, the cure of physical defects is a tremendous blessing, but still greater than this is the restoration of a sinful soul to the peace and friendship of God. There is no greater happiness than the experienced by the sinner when he is absolved from his sins. The terrible weight of this unwanted burden is removed from his soul. Where there was darkness before, now there is light. Where there is restless and discontent, now there is peace. From an enemy of Christ, the penitent has restored to his love and friendship. No greater grace can be given to a man. The sinner should let nothing stand in the way of his obtaining by the sacrament of penance this great happiness. And this is obviously a Catholic book with some fabulous advice. And at the end, and this was written by St. Jerome, this little quotation here, it says, "Why are you afraid to confess what you have committed willingly and without hesitation? Jesus is standing by to forgive you. All you have to do is say, 'Jesus, forgive me,' and watch the marvelous things that will happen." If I'm wrong, a pastor once told me and told his congregation, if I'm wrong, I've lost nothing. If you're wrong, you've lost everything. Hope I said that right. If I'm wrong, I've lost nothing. If you're wrong, you've lost everything. Yeah, I believe that's the way it went. Excuse me, but it's been about probably 30 years. So, and that sermon was only preached once, so maybe twice. Anyway, God bless you all. Have a great night. Really tired. I've converted my closets into sweaters and warm things to wear because I now live in Michigan. And I put all my spring and summer stuff all away. And yay, that's finally done. That took me all of the day, and I was very tired, and I did a couple loads of wash beside and ran down to get bird seed. Anyway, that's the essence of living our journey here for Jesus Christ. God bless you all, and keep the faith.